explain that. There's so many people that'll say, well, why are you engaged? And then why do people get engaged and then not go through with it? Guys, these things happen.
But that's the purpose of an engagement.
Yeah, Jeannie, you know, it's hard to explain that because there's multiple things. You never know what happens in the inside of a relationship.
Right.
You could see things from the outside and people try, and I think it always is best to try, but you always know and you should always follow your heart at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You never walk down an aisle with somebody that you're not 100% sure about.
I think and that's what Ron was saying. That's what engagement is for.
Yeah, that's
that time. That's the purpose of it, to see, like, okay, are we right for each other or are we not? And I applaud women who recognize when it's not and break it off instead of going through with it. Because you either cry now or you'll cry later.
What you want to say?
I want to say I really applaud this topic because unless you've been through it, you will not understand.
So hard to explain.
But it's a very interesting pressure that's placed upon you, either in a good way or in a very anxious way when you get proposed to. A lot of factors lead up, and that's why I love our girl chats, because we talk about what you should do when you've dated in order to get to the marriage that should be the one of your dreams, you know, how you should talk about marriage in this case. But when that man goes through so much to produce the ring, get down on his knee, maybe talk to your parents, maybe create some type of scene so that the proposal goes just right.
Or not do so much and you know that this wasn't thought out.
Right, whatever it may be, but when he gets out on his knee, you all of a sudden have this overwhelming pressure to make sure you don't hurt his feelings. I don't remember which year it was, but I remember one year for New Year's Eve when my girl Lala was proposed to on MTV. And it was way before Carmelo, right? Way beyond that. And I was
on TV?
Yes, live on TV.
On MTV?
On MTV, yes. Live on MTV for a New Year's party. And I was looking at her, and it was in front of everybody. And I just watched her face, and it was such a overwhelming moment. And we all were so young, I just looked at her like, oh my God, what's she gonna say? And of course she said yes. And later on, she's talked about this. She realized that she didn't want to hurt his feelings. And I never really quite understood that, but I also knew that if I was in the same position, I'd probably do the same thing until, actually, Freddie proposed. When Freddie proposed, let me get this straight, that when we were dating, I knew from the get-go that he was husband material. I knew that I wanted to marry him.
Isn't it crazy how you literally could meet them and know it?
I knew it immediately, yes. However, when he proposed, it was in front of my family, and I kind of wished that I could say, can we talk about this for a second?
Really?
Wow.
Yes, because for me, I was only 27, 28 years old. I hadn't gotten myself straightened out. And now knowing myself today, I just wish I had a little bit more time to mature because I kind of dragged him through my maturity through our first years of marriage. And he knows I come from a broken marriage. He knows that I have had, you know, inconsistent examples of love in my life. So I needed to turn 30, now I realize, because all my women out there who have turned 30, you know how 30 is so different.
30 is life,
from the 20s, right?
Yes.
Amazing.
Such a huge
It's crazy
right?
how much you change.
Yes. So if I had just been able to kind of pause, and I do this because you remember Out of This World, Evie?
Yes.
If I could just pause and just go, let's just give me some time to get better, because I want to be as right for you as you are for me, but I'm not where you are right now for me. I would have enjoyed our first years of marriage so much more. So I applaud any woman out there who is able to use her voice and just in whatever way she needs to say, not now.
I have a question,
And it doesn't mean you don't love them any less.
Exactly.
It means you actually love them more.
Yes, because
But then I have a question, because when you did say yes to him, why did you say yes?
Because I saw a man who was so ready, and he had prepared all my family in front of us, and my parents were weeping beside us. My brothers had put together a beautiful video depicting all of our love, and I looked in his eyes, and in that moment, I felt so safe and secure that I said yes, because I knew he would lead us through it. But yes, and that's amazing. Wow. And he did. He did lead us through it. Yeah, but if we're gonna be real, our first years were very hard.
Now, I asked you that because sometimes a man can ask you to marry him when they know they're in trouble. See, that's what happened to me. I've been asked about 4 times, right? This is
No, this is real.
That's
a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
See, it was Lonnie that was engaged 4 times, not me. Lonnie, not me.
But I remember it was the second time. It was the second dude that asked me to marry him. We had been together for like 3 years, and then he did something that I was like, I'm done. And so then he came back, and then that's when he asked me to marry him. And I was like, heck no.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not marrying you. So sometimes a guy can ask you because he knows he's messed up.
Yeah.
But he's messed up so much. And that's why sometimes a woman will say no. It's not
It's
just,
the last
you know,
saving grace that you know this girl is out the door. You keep losing her just a little bit more. And I think sometimes guys recognize that and they're like, dang, let me just try to...
Let me just go ahead. You know, I was like, nah, nah, player.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That ring back.
Or public weighing. How much did we talk on this thing? If anybody watched our show from the beginning, and we're gonna be real, it was a lot. It was a lot of when you gonna get married, Adrian? When you like? It was a lot.
Yeah.
I think I
feel it. Yes.
I personally felt that she was pressured.
Got it.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest with myself,
but in that case, I have to almost feel sorry for him as well.
Yeah.
You don't, it's a public show. You don't think somebody walk up to somebody, hey, when you gonna ask her to marry her?
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot.
Yes.
You know?
And that unveiling in front of everybody. So you got
sucked.
random
It
people
all
tweeting
sucked.
you, telling you what you should do with your relationship when they don't even know you. It is a lot.
It's a lot.
And I know we're speaking to somebody out there who is maybe engaged right now and not listening to that voice. Do what's right because you never have to rush for anybody else.
That's
Ever.
right.
It's true.
Ever.
It's your life.
And when it's right, you will know it. You will absolutely know it in your gut, in your heart. You'll feel peace that no one else maybe understands, but you will absolutely feel peace and
marriage is no joke because even when you're happily married, you're going to go through. So can you imagine if you're unhappily married and you're going through? So don't do it if you know it's not right.
Yep,
that's true.
Please don't.
Or do what this one did. Peace out.
Peace out. Just say no.